Hello everyone, welcome back to RPG PhD. I'm Dr. Ben and today we're going to explore an exciting tool in the Dungeon Master's Toolkit, Cliffhangers. Whether you want to build suspense, keep your players coming back for more, or create memorable moments that stick with them between sessions, Cliffhangers can take your campaign to the next level. We're going to break down techniques, show you how to use them effectively, and dive into why they work so well in tabletop RPGs. Let's jump in. Cliffhangers, moments of narrative suspension that leave an audience in a state of unresolved tension, have long been a hallmark of serialized storytelling. In the world of tabletop role-playing games, cliffhangers can be an incredibly effective tool for games masters, providing a way to heighten drama, build anticipation, and keep players coming back for more. However, cliffhangers in a tabletop role-playing game differ from those in traditional fiction, given the interactive and unpredictable nature of the medium. When used thoughtfully, cliffhangers can transform a campaign, creating a roller coaster of emotions and ensuring that players are fully invested in the story. The question then becomes, how do you utilize cliffhangers in a tabletop role-playing game where the narrative is collaborative and player agency plays such a significant role? The answer lies in balancing player choice with the art of storytelling, crafting moments of suspense that enhance the experience rather than disrupt it. Cliffhangers in role-playing games serve multiple purposes, but perhaps their greatest function is to maintain momentum and excitement between sessions. Because most campaigns stretch over multiple sessions, leaving a story point unresolved at the end of a session can fuel player speculation, discussion, and excitement throughout the time between games. It keeps the narrative alive in the players' minds, extending the life of the game beyond the hours spent at the table. Beyond simply maintaining interest, cliffhangers are also a tool for emotional engagement. They put players on edge, creating moments of tension that immerse them fully in the story. This tension might be physical, such as when the party's lives are in immediate danger, or emotional, such as when a beloved NPC's fate hangs in the balance. So here are some techniques for using cliffhangers in role-playing games. The high-stakes reveal. One of the most classic uses of a cliffhanger is the reveal of new, high-stakes information just before the session ends. This could be anything from a shocking twist to the sudden appearance of a powerful antagonist. By introducing this new piece of the puzzle at the end of the session, the DM ensures that the players will leave with more questions than answers, eager to return to see how things play out. For example, imagine a campaign where the players have been hunting a mysterious villain. After a tense chase, the party finally corners them, only for the villain to remove their hood and reveal that they are the long-lost sibling of one of the player characters. The session ends right as the sibling speaks their first words, leaving the players in a state of shock. This twist doesn't just raise the stakes, it creates immediate personal investment, making the players eager to explore the implications in the next session. The life or death moment. In action-heavy campaigns, cliffhangers can be used to amplify moments of danger by leaving the fate of a character or group unresolved. This works especially well in combat-heavy systems, where the mechanical weight of hit points, saving throws, or death saves adds a layer of tension. Let's say the party's fighter is locked in single combat with a powerful enemy atop a crumbling bridge. After trading blows, the enemy slashes deep into the fighter's side, sending them reeling. As the fighter stumbles towards the edge of the bridge, the DM describes the ground beneath them cracking and breaking away. The fighter teeters on the edge of falling into the abyss below. Before the DM narrates whether the fighter falls or if they can catch themselves, the session ends. This technique taps into players' emotional attachment to their characters, playing on the high stakes that come with potential character death. The unanswered question. Not all cliffhangers have to be about immediate danger. Some of the most effective cliffhangers arise from unanswered questions or the unveiling of a mystery. These types of cliffhangers work especially well in narrative-driven campaigns, where the story's twists and turns are as important as the combat encounters. So let's say the party explores an ancient ruin in search of a legendary artifact. After hours of navigating traps and puzzles, they finally reach a chamber that holds the artifact, a glowing sword. But when they approach, they hear a voice emanating from the blade saying, "I've been waiting for you." Insert player character name here. The DM ends the session there, leaving the players to speculate. Why was the sword waiting for them? What significance does it hold? This unanswered question sets up the next session as an exploration of mystery, drawing the players in with a sense of curiosity and wonder. The unexpected setback. A cliffhanger that involves an unexpected setback or reversal of fortune can introduce a sense of dread or frustration in the best possible way. This technique involves setting up a moment of success for the party, only to snatch it away at the last minute, leaving the players to deal with the fallout in the next session. Let's say the party has successfully defeated the dragon guarding a treasure hoard and is celebrating their victory. Just as they begin to inspect the treasure, the DM describes the ground beginning to shake. The ceiling starts to crack and boulders fall from above. The dragon's lair is collapsing. The session ends with the party's escape route being blocked by a pile of rubble. This sudden setback forces the players to switch from triumph to survival mode and provides a thrilling transition to the next session. The emotional cliffhanger. Not all cliffhangers need to be about combat or physical danger. Some of the most powerful cliffhangers involve emotional stakes, where relationships between characters, both PCs and NPCs, are put on the line. These can involve betrayals, confessions, or decisions that leave the characters' futures in doubt. At the end of a session, one of the party's closest NPC allies admits that they've been hiding a crucial piece of information that could change everything. They confess that they were working for the party's enemies all along, but claim they did so under duress. As the session ends, the NPC asks for forgiveness, and the players are left wondering whether to trust them or not. This emotional cliffhanger forces the party to grapple with moral and interpersonal dilemmas, making the resolution deeply personal. While cliffhangers are a powerful tool, their use requires balance and care. Here are a few key considerations for using them effectively. Timing and frequency. Cliffhangers are most effective when used sparingly. If every session ends on a cliffhanger, they can lose their impact, becoming predictable rather than thrilling. Ideally, cliffhangers should be used to punctuate major narrative beats or moments of high tension, creating a sense of progression and escalation. Player agency. One of the greatest challenges with cliffhangers in tabletop role-playing games is preserving player agency. The game story belongs to both the DM and the players, and a poorly timed cliffhanger can feel like railroading, cutting off players' decisions just as they are about to act. For example, ending a session right before a player makes a crucial choice can feel frustrating rather than exciting. Instead, cliffhangers should focus on events that set up player action rather than restricting it. Payoff. Cliffhangers are only satisfying if they lead to meaningful resolution. If the GM sets up a cliffhanger but the next session opens with a quick anticlimactic resolution, players may feel let down. For example, if a cliffhanger centers around a character's potential death, but the next session begins with an easy heal or Deus Ex Machina solution, the emotional weight is lost. To avoid this, DM should ensure that the resolution to the cliffhanger has significant narrative or emotional payoff, allowing the tension to linger in a satisfying way. Variety. Just as cliffhangers should be used sparingly, they should also be varied. A constant barrage of life or death cliffhangers can start to feel one-dimensional. By mixing emotional, narrative, and action-based cliffhangers, DMs can keep their campaigns feeling fresh and dynamic, offering players a wide range of experiences. Cliffhangers as a tool for immersion, when used thoughtfully, offer an opportunity to deepen immersion, heighten tension, and keep players engaged with the narrative both during and between sessions. They create moments of suspense that resonate emotionally and intellectually, ensuring that players remain invested in the unfolding story. By mastering techniques like the high-stakes reveal, the life or death moment, and the unanswered question, DMs can craft cliffhangers that leave players on the edge of their seats, eager to return for more. Ultimately, cliffhangers are about connection. They create a bridge between sessions, ensuring that the story continues to unfold even in the minds of the players when the dice are no longer rolling. In this way, they transform a game into an ongoing living experience where anticipation is as powerful as action, and resolution is all the more rewarding because of the tension that preceded it. Cliffhangers are all about keeping that tension high and giving your players something to think about long after the session ends. Whether you're leaving them with an emotional twist, a life or death moment, or an unanswered question, these techniques can really pull your campaign together and keep your players invested. If you've used cliffhangers in your own games or have any ideas for how to make them even more exciting, drop a comment in the comment section below. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks on how to level up your game. Thanks for watching. See you next time.